Yes, people, welcome back to Premzy TV. So today's show, guys, I've got two guests, special guests. Got Grizz Khan, Liverpool fan, and everyone I'm sure knows Big Stricto AFTV, been on there for a while, threw a season ticket away. Do you know what I mean? Everyone knows him. He's got his Arsenal gown on today, making me want to go and slap mine on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I'm just going to preview the Liverpool and Arsenal game. I just wanted to get some thoughts from Grizz as well around Arteta, because I know he's a big supporter of Arteta. Isn't it, Grizz?
Yeah, why you look? See how you set me up already? Like, you know what I mean? The chat's gonna start cooking me already, like for no reason whatsoever. Set me up nicely, but yeah, it is what it is, man. Thank you for having me on, man.
Nah, man, it's a pleasure, bro. I appreciate you coming on as well, bro. I'm starting up my channel, you know what I'm trying to say. A man's humble, and like I said, you're already on the scene, so I appreciate, you even coming on, bro. Same with Stricto, man. Like I said, Stricto, man, you pushed me to start my YouTube channel, so I appreciate it, my bro. You know what I'm saying?
Bless, my bro.
So
Man,
I'm just
bless.
going to go into it
Good to
now,
be here,
Grizz,
man.
yeah? Just want to go into it first of all. Obviously, he's got slapped up by West Ham. You get me? So he's going to be looking for blood in it. That's what I want to know. Tell me what are we expecting from Liverpool on Saturday?
Yeah, so look, we lost our first game in 25 games. And people forget that record. People just think, oh, too many people got last season in their mind still. Too many fans, even including Liverpool fans, you know what I mean? It's one of those ones, isn't it, where sometimes it takes a few years, it seems, to get rid of the trauma of last season. But last season, most people know it was an anomaly. It's mad. Like when you got 7, 8 centre backs out, and you're relying on a 17-year-old who's playing at Kidderminster Harriers to get you to the Champions League. People forget it. That's not easy, man. But we pulled through last season, and since then we've gone on a 25-game unbeaten run, and we lost to West Ham fair and square, by the way, because people always talking about the refereeing decisions, this and that. Nah. West Ham deserved it. They were up for it. It's the first time in a long time a Liverpool team didn't fight, and but the unfortunate thing is not many of those happen, guys. I mean, I know Arsenal next, like we don't suffer like we did against West Ham 2 games in a row. So when you ask me what you're expecting, I think you're expecting what you normally expect when you come to Anfield. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's a lot of work up there. I'm telling you, man. I know that. I know a lot of my Arsenal brothers hate coming up there. Like I was telling Turkish, are you coming up there? And he was like, because I don't know, man. Is it worth it? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a long trek and we know what's coming because we do bring the fire when it comes to Liverpool, Arsenal at Anfield. But
do you think this might start off too quick though, Grizz? Because look, recently 10 games we've been an organised team. Do you know what I mean? So if you start off too quick, we've been trying to start games quick, Arsenal, and it's Stricto. Like over the last couple of games, even though 1 goal, 2 goals might be disallowed, we've been pushing to get the early goal. However, yeah, I just feel personally that Arsenal can go to Liverpool and get something, even if that's a draw, because I'm realistic with it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? We're nowhere near Liverpool. Liverpool are going to want blood, but it could be a little bit of a downfall for Liverpool, I think, as well, because you might underestimate us a little bit. This is what I want to know, where your head's at with Arteta and that as an opposing fan. You know what I mean?
I don't think we're going to underestimate you at all. And I tell you why, for the fact that your record last 10 games, as you said, is what it is. Whether you like Arteta, whether you agree with his selections, whether you look at your running and say, oh, we've been playing like poor teams. In this league, is it 10 unbeaten?
10, no, it's 8 in the league, 10 in total in all competitions.
In this Premier League, to go 8 unbeaten, it's tough because everyone can beat everyone in this league. Literally everyone. Look at who expected Southampton, Crystal Palace to go to City and get results. Who expected Burnley to go to Chelsea to get results? Shit happens in this league. You can't underrate 8 games unbeaten even, because everyone can beat everyone on every given week. So we're not going to take you, for sure, we're not going to underrate you. But I get what you're saying. It could be a good time to play us. We've got, again, that bastard word injuries. We've got a few injuries still. So it could be a good time to play.
Mane's back in though. I heard Mane's back in. Yeah, Henderson and Milner are training.
Yeah. But we still, you know what I mean? Look, a good time to play us. We're thinking the same thing. Like I am. I think it's a good time to play Arsenal. because Arsenal are quite confident. Arsenal are playing with a bit of swag, with a bit of confidence now. And I feel as though that could play into our hands, as opposed to you guys coming with just strict 5 at the back and then just trying to stiff it up, even though you're not renowned to stiff it up. Even though Arteta's one biggest, people would say he doesn't know how to set up. Actually, he does. He does. I think he does know how to set up a defensive setup. Yeah. I think he struggles the other way. I think your fans don't like the way you're not able to express and create chances. So I think he can do that. But because of the confidence factor, because you're going to be like not flying, but you're a little bit calm now because you're only 2 points behind us. Let's get it right. You're ahead of United, right?
Yeah.
You're ahead of United. So if you come and play football against us, that could be trouble. So it could be a tricky one.
You know what? I think if you got to look at the season and you got to look at like Arsenal, you got to look at our start and you got to look at where we are now, and you can see there's a lot of improvements. Even myself, I wasn't really a big fan of Arteta, but I'm also a fan of when things go right. I can point them out and I can also give the man credit. And I think maybe there's a mentality that I'm starting to see in the team. Not so much the play, but the mind, the mindset. And going to Anfield over the years, I think we've lacked that certain mindset. That mindset that if you go down, it's all right. Let's just hold on and see where we can go. And I think that's the mindset I'm quite happy to see before we go into this game. Because usually at Anfield, you lot score one, that's the drawbridge open. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you lot literally start pumping us. But the mindset I've seen of late, and then not to mention as well, Liverpool haven't had great results this season. There's teams have taken points from you, or teams have taken something from you this season. And I look at the West Ham game, and I think if you'd have played us straight after, maybe in the weekend without international break, you might have had that wounded animal mentality. But I think the international break kind of breaks your focus, kind of thing, and that I believe might play better into our hands than it would yours. Because now you've got to kind of find your hurt again. I think the international break's broken that. You got to find your hurt again. You got to feel it's them against us again. You got to build that up from scratch.
So how would you want to play Stricto? How would you want? Sorry to interrupt. How would you want to play going to Liverpool? Do you want to go there, sit back, and try to get something on the break, or hold on to something?
It's got to be a balance. It's got to be a balance. I think in recent history we've seen when we've gone there and tried to hold back that they've pumped us same way. Do you know what I'm saying? And you've got like the resurgence of Gabriel and his partnership with Ben White. Listen, counter-attacking football, is very important when you've got great defenders. Because there's no point counter-attacking if you ain't got good defense. It all starts from the defense. It means they can hold on and stay solid and start attacks. And Ben White has shown like he's ball playing. I've seen that he can play. I reckon he's a much better ball. It's almost like a midfielder kind of vibe with him. Like almost like, I'm not saying David Luiz, but he's almost got that playability like David Luiz, where you might question his defensive duties, but a bit further down the pitch, he's all right and a bit more comfortable there. But how I would set up would be a balance. I'm not saying go toe to toe with them, but you got to remember defensively, Liverpool aren't the animal there was a few seasons ago. They're leaking goals left, right, and centre. They are.
Yeah.
And the attack hasn't been as potent. So I don't think we should go into the game with the old mentality. I just think just be a balance. Just play. Let's focus on our strength. Just play. But if you are going to be if you are going to be counter-attacking, then your defense needs to be on point.
I would disagree. I would disagree with the attack. I'll 100% agree with the defense. We ain't been too strong defensively, but attacking wise, we're the top scorers, bro. We're on fire attacking wise. Trust me. All our forwards are banging in goals. Our midfielders are banging in goals, and that's the reason why we're not. You're attacking. You're attacking. Let me just clarify. What I think as a unit, I think your attacking looks much better when also your defense are doing the job, isn't it? Like if you're beating teams 5-0,
sounds better than beating teams 5-4, 5-3. Do you know what I'm saying? Because your defense kind of helps. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I meant. That's what I meant. But of course, you got Salah's top scorer.
Yeah,
Salah's
clear.
on fire.
Yeah,
best player in the world right about now, Salah, man. Trust me.
Yeah. Salah's on fire, but he has been kept quiet in a few games. You know, there's a few games he ain't scored, but of course he always scores against.
Man. He turns
up against us.
Turns
you know
up. Turns up.
You're setting it up nicely, bro. You're setting it up nicely.
But you know what I want to see? Yeah, I just want to see Arsenal go there and with a mentality that they haven't lost already. Do you understand what I mean? Because I've heard loads of fans say they want to see Arsenal go there, sit back, hit on the counter, clinch a point here, do you know what I mean? But that's not going to happen. See, with me, yeah, I want us to get a win in it, but I'm being realistic. I don't personally think that that's going to happen because Liverpool are a sick team. They're a wounded animal, and it's going to be a difficult game going to Anfield. Look, we haven't won. We ain't got no results there. What's the last six seasons at Anfield? Something like that. Not got nothing there for the odd point here or there. Do you know what I mean? So if we can go into that game, show the same passion we've shown in the last 10 games that we've played, you get me? Show that we've got some collective unit and just go at them. And if we can go at them and we get a 2-2 draw and we can take that away from the game, I'll be happy with that because that gives the players confidence. Yeah, we can go toe-to-toe with the best in the league because at the moment, if we beat Liverpool, we're above Liverpool. So there's no reason for us at the moment not to go there and give it a full go because our defense is being good and I've got confidence in Gabriel at the back. Do you know what I mean? So if we still, as fans, for me, have the mindset of being scared to play Liverpool, yeah, like we have to be wise in the sense where we know that they're a better team, but on form right now, we're playing well and we're not really putting a foot wrong in a sense. So why not go Anfield, yeah, and give it our all? If we get a 1-1 win, 2-2 win, 3-3 win, I'm happy with that. Do you know what I mean? Because everyone's going to think we're going to lose anyway. So that's where I'm at with it. I don't just want to see us sit down and just hit on the counter because I've been hearing bare man saying just sit back, hit on the counter, and then see what you can get. Yeah, getting a draw is a good result. You get me at Anfield, but I want to see the performance to match the result, if that makes any sense in what I'm saying, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%, like 100%. Liverpool at Anfield are immense. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they are an immense team with or without injury, and also the atmosphere plays a big part. You know, the atmosphere at Anfield is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's like one of them Turkish teams, like Galatasaray kind of. Do you know what I'm saying?
Especially evening games. You know, you're catching us on an evening game. And it's unlucky for you.
You said it's different, or it's a different evening game, or
no? It's different. And a night game when the lights are on, and especially coming back.
You know what though? I think is that like, is it not 5 o'clock or something?
Yeah.
5:30
It's dark early now. Anyway, by the time we get in there, it's probably won't be an evening game.
And the thing is, because my brother's right, because our form has patchy. You'll have seen the way Brighton turned up and played ball against us and caused us issues, even though we blitzed them. Like, we should have been 4-5-0 up in the first 20 minutes, but we took the gas off, and like they come back into it. They'll have seen how West Ham roughed us up. My only dilemma from an Arsenal point of view is I don't think you're going to play the system Graham Potter played against us, right? Without no striker. Because the reason for that is Lacazette and Aubameyang have been on fire together. When I say fire, you've been playing together. You've got two of them playing well together since Lacazette come back in the team. I don't think he's going to change that. I think he's going to go brave and pick both of them. I don't know you guys' opinions. Obviously, you're going to tell me your opinions. So I think you're going to go two up front. And I don't think you've got the physicality of the West Ham to try and rough us up like they did, especially if Partey is not playing. I don't know the situation with Partey, but if you got young, what's his name? Lokonga.
Sambi.
Lokonga and what's the other guy's name? And who was going to leave? The fullback. If you got Maitland-Niles and Lokonga against us in midfield, then it's not going to be nice for them. So yes, I'm a big fan of Gabriel. In fact, we're going to do on my channel straight after this, shout out Premsy as well. We're going to do a Premier League 11, and I don't want to give it away, but he's one of my shouts for centre-backs of the season so far. That's how highly I rate him.
Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
So even though you got, and I rated Ben White from day, because we were linked with him, and I knew they're going to be a brilliant combination because Gabriel's front foot and Ben White can play ball. But Aubameyang are down.
They said that he came home early. They sent him back on some arrangement. But
it's a thing.
For me, I think it's to get ready for the game, personally.
I think so as well. A lot of these players came back early, man. Yeah. Like our ballers came back. So I don't know if you're going to play the same system as Man City and Brighton, are the two teams that taken us points of us without no striker. I don't think you're going to do that and flood the midfield. And I don't think you've got the physicality to do a West Ham on us, because West Ham were physical with us. 4 6'3" plus players. Rice, Souček, Zuma, and Ogbonna. But when Ogbonna went off, Dawson, another 6 foot plus. And they just set pieces. You don't focus that much on set pieces. You're a footballing team.
Bro, so but I tell you now, we've scored the most goals from set pieces, bro, in this league so far. So
more than West Ham.
Everybody, bro. Trust me. So you want to have a look at that.
Okay.
Trust me.
So
big Gabriel there, popping him in.
I don't think either of those setups will be employed by your manager. And that's why I think you're going to be left not sure how to play it. Because if you do come all out defense, I think you've got a much better chance than you're saying. Used to us saying, come and play against us, go and attack us. You're asking for trouble if you do that.
We've gone to Liverpool, and sat back many times, got slapped
up. Get slapped.
I don't think none of the personnel you had in the past.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You had people like David Luiz,
Mustafi.
People like Xhaka, Mustafi. Come on.
I agree. That's why I think we should push forward, because these we don't want to get them in the same mindset of them shit.
But defensively, we've got to take advantage of Liverpool defensively. So sitting back might not be might not be beneficial. You know, of course, you're not gonna be attacking to the point where you're isolating your defenders with Liverpool attackers. Nah, it's got to be a balance. But we have to profit from Liverpool's lack of your defense being worse than it's been in a long time.
That's why you'd have to employ a counter-attacking setup with us. But that's why I think Aubameyang, if Aubameyang's fit, and Lacazette, you've got that. You don't need to be full out attack. You don't need to be pushing your midfielders against us.
My point.
You definitely don't want to be pushing your midfielders, because already, if that's your midfield, then in my opinion, that's getting hurt. Because Partey I rate. The other two, Maitland-Niles is neat. He's neat. But he ain't going to give you energy like a Partey is going to give you, or even the attacking. Because Partey played one game for Atletico 2 seasons ago, and he was the best player on the pitch. He's a monster when he's on it, and he's fully fit. So even if he's playing, I don't even know, will he be fully fit?
I think Partey, to be fair, I think he's going to play, trust me. I think he's going to play. She'll tell you why. Because even against Watford, I think they rested him that game. I thought they give him that game and the international break to recover, train low-key, and be fit for that. It won't surprise me if we see Partey. There's loads of reports saying that he's not going to play. But I have a sneaky feeling that he might just.
I think he'll make it.
And if he doesn't, I don't know. You know, these things that they tend to do a lot of mind games, especially with the internationals. I remember United used to be the chief of doing that. You know, United just before an international will have a player injured, like Ronaldo will be injured. Fergie used to do that for fun. So if that was the case, then bro, that's great. That's one of our best midfielders. In fact, he is our best midfielder. You know what I'm saying? So if 100%. He's able to play, and another thing is that I think us fans and even the players to a certain extent, we suffer from trauma at Anfield. There's a trauma.
You're not the only ones. You're not the only ones. You're not the only ones. Trust me.
There's a trauma. Like when you think of Anfield, you instantly start thinking about the past.
89 and that.
Oh boy, 89, boy.
Like that back screen right there.
Michael J. Thomason.
Exactly, man. That's what I remember. That's why I try remembering. You know what I mean, fam? That's what I want to remember.
But the recent ones, like you say, who do we play? And I think Laka is an important an important tool for Arteta. Very important. Like, his work is underrated. He won't get you the goals, the amount of quality and quantity as Aubameyang, but he does everything else around that very, very well. He is the perfect false nine. Yeah, and I mentioned this more than once. He's got the ability, like, he's got the dark arts. You know, a bit like, you know, like he'll win penalties, he will win free kicks high up. Like, do you know what I'm saying? He's almost like an outball sometimes. You know, although he's not the one, he's not gonna, you know, he's not gonna run at your defenders, but he will suck them in. And sometimes against a team like Liverpool, you will need that, because once you're heavily under the attack, you will need respite. And Laka is an important tool, because I don't think Auba can hold the ball. I don't think Auba's intelligent as Laka, you know, to be able to make something out of nothing. And Laka's probably more important than Auba, I'll be honest with you.
More of a complete striker in the sense he can do a lot more things. And see, with Lacazette, he loves playing against Liverpool. If you notice, he scores quite a few against Liverpool.
I'm a fan from Laka from his France days, because Liverpool were interested in him as well, early doors.
At Lyon, yeah? When he was at Lyon, innit?
Yeah. So I've been following him from dumb times. And see what I'm saying? You're talking about false nine. Well, we've got a certain Bobby Firmino, who is probably the most technical false nine, right? And people underrate him as well, just like they underrate Laka.
Makes me sick. As an Arsenal fan, yeah, it makes me sick that Firmino, that, in my opinion, from the outside looking in, I feel like some Liverpool fans like the Hollywood stuff, but Firmino doesn't get enough of the limelight.
Do you know what it is? Because he's just not better than Salah and that. And you know, sometimes in a team, see, like even when you had Messi and that, and you had Messi in Barcelona, some players didn't get the props because.
But you need to say, what do you mean better? What do you mean better? What do you mean better?
Obviously, he's more in the limelight, innit?
I think he's better than Salah.
Are you mad, bro?
I think he's better than Salah, Firmino.
Bobby Firmino. Better than Salah.
Bro, he's the closest thing. I'm telling you, yeah. In aspects of his game, bro, yeah. The guys like Zidane and Bergkamp.
I know a man just bad one, yeah. But I hear right, fam.
Now I know what the brother's saying. Look, no, he's not better than Salah, because Salah's like elite levels. But I totally get the comparison that you just mentioned there about Bergkamp, because Bergkamp made that role at Arsenal fashionable. When Bergkamp came to the Premier League and played that role, everyone was like, rah, look at the way Bergkamp plays that role with Henry, yeah? So Henry was the Salah, for example, yeah? And Bergkamp will be the link. He would be the reason for Henry. Not the reason, the facilitator. The facilitator of Henry.
He was the carrier. He was the tool bearer. He was the water carrier. Do you know what I'm saying? He linked it from Vieira to Henry, and that's exactly technically. When I say technically, yeah, bro. Technically, in my opinion, Firmino is better than Salah. Technically.
No, look. If you ask,
my opinion. If we're gonna talk about,
if we're gonna talk about stats, if we're gonna talk about
goals, if we're gonna talk about goals, you're gonna talk about Salah. But if you're gonna talk about just IQ,
technically and footballing IQ, when you ask the Liverpool
Salah's
fans,
IQ is next level as well, Stricto, bro, man. You can't just slate his IQ.
Not like Firmino.
He's a clever player.
I think Salah even knows Firmino is technically better. When you ask Salah, he'll tell you.
It's true. No, it's very true. When you ask the Liverpool fans, the players, who's the most skillful in training, every single one of them says Bobby. Every single one of them. They said it. Check out the videos on obviously Liverpool YouTube channels. When they do, like, you know, they ask all the players who's the most skillful in training, who's the best dressed, who's the loudest, When they ask him when they ask everyone who's the most skillful in training, they go Bobby's next level, and it's true. Like Jurgen Klopp calls him the brain of the attack. Think about that. Think about that. Right. It's like, and that example, look, we started talking off of Lacazette, because Lacazette does a similar role for you lot, and it's underappreciated. See how you guys are saying Bobby's underappreciated, and it infuriates you guys. It infuriates me how Lacazette is underappreciated by a lot of Arsenal fans that I talk to. Like, they get frustrated with his lack of goals and whatnot. And
that's what his name's Lacquer, bro.
I hear that. But the guy plays a different role to me anyways. He plays a different role for you lot. Very similar to the way Bobby plays for us.
And he's getting older. Lacquer's getting older, so his game's have to adapt.
Same with Bobby. Bobby's old now. He's have to adapt. You got to remember Bobby was a midfielder when he came from Hoffenheim from Liverpool. He started off as a DM, then worked his way up to attacking midfield, and then became part of the, probably, even you guys would admit, probably one of the best attacks the Premier League's ever seen, with Mane, Salah, and Bobby Firmino for about a season and a half.
I'm just saying, for me, yeah, look, bro, I'm just telling you, when I watch Liverpool with my eyes, you get me, bro, on the screen. Because I'll be honest, I don't watch every single game. Because obviously I'm an Arsenal man, you know what I mean? So I'll watch the odd game here and there. But for me, when I'm watching Salah, he's a player that I'm thinking, yeah, I want Arsenal to have him. You get me? No, I see what Firmino does for the team. I'm not saying that he's dead. I'm just saying, for me, I think Salah's a better player, all-round better player than Firmino. Because when I watch Liverpool...
You can tell you didn't grow up in the Bergkamp era.
Bro, I watch Bergkamp, bro.
If you watched Bergkamp, you would appreciate Bobby.
It's not that I don't appreciate him. I'm just saying, all right. So if you could have only one player in your team now, Grizz, Salah or Firmino, who would you have, bro?
No question.
Who?
No question.
Tell me.
Salah.
Well, there we go, bro. So that, do you know what I'm trying to say? So it just speaks.
But that's what I'm saying.
You're a Liverpool fan, yeah, and you just answered that question yourself, bro.
No, but here's the thing.
No one will say over Salah, though. No one will say over Salah.
But here's the thing, though. When you say that, yeah, I think a lot of people think about the goals. You know, like football sometimes, I know it's very simple. It's either a goal or it's not. It's very.
When I watch man playing football, bro, he's in and out. It's not just goals. It's the way he creates them goals as well. Quality, man.
Salah, yeah. And I think, I'm not saying to you Salah is dead, but I'm like, you see the science behind attack, yeah, lies at Bobby Firmino's feet, bro. I know what you're saying. It lies at Bobby Firmino's feet. Like, sometimes, I'm not saying I think Liverpool are worse. Without Firmino than they are without Salah. That's my opinion, bro. I rate Firmino that high. I know it's all about goals, it's all about scoring, but sometimes the simple science of it.
I understand, but I think there's a lot of things that can do the simple stuff. Touches, Lacazette in Liverpool's team, he could probably do that as well, to replace Firmino and do that.
His touches, Firmino's touches, yeah, he doesn't need to do much. He doesn't really work. He doesn't need to work hard because everything lies at his feet with these touches. He doesn't need to take 2 touches to make that one pass. Firmino can do it with just one slide touch, defense open, carved open, and then Salah's in. Do you know what I'm saying? Salah's an exceptional player, but I think sometimes it's unlucky. It's almost like the whole Ronaldo and Messi argument. I think Ronaldo is an excellent player. He's just unfortunate. He's born in an era where Messi's around, and I think that's what Firmino suffers from. He's just unlucky that he plays in the same team as arguably one of the best players in the world. However, he's got things about him that are better than Salah. They're 2 different players, but there's things that he can do I don't think Salah can do. That's just how I see it.
Nah, bro, I hear what you're saying. I'm not saying he's dead in it, but what for me, I'm just saying overall player. If I was an Arsenal manager and I had to sign one of them, I'd sign Salah in it. So that's just my opinion in it. I personally think as well, what Firmino does for Liverpool, like you said, he does the simple things. There's a few players that can step into that role because the team around him is a very good team. You got Sadio Mane there. You got, they're coached very well. So, like, it's not just Firmino that's making everything happen, bro. I'm sure he's been injured for a long time, for long periods of time, bro. And Liverpool have been up there doing well, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And am I wrong, Grizz?
No, I hear what you're saying. So, you're right.
Do you know what I mean? No. So he's like, man can't just take Firmino out the team, yeah, and Liverpool are dead in it. That's not the case. So, like, there's other players, like even Origi, before we even jumped on, me and Grizz were just speaking about Origi, saying that he might be injured. And I said, oh, you know what? He's not that great. But even Grizz said, you need someone to come in and link up the play, and he'll do that. So that's just it, isn't it? Football's about opinions, isn't it? And obviously, I probably don't watch enough of Liverpool to see. And but for me, when I do, Salah's the man in it.
You know what? Of course, opinions, yeah, 100%, of course. But it's all about different people like different styles of football.
Yeah, it's like Ronaldo's for me better than Messi.
You know, and it usually comes down to what people prefer. Like, so, and it usually comes down to what the person plays like himself. So, you know, yeah, exactly. So the Messi Ronaldo is always hot topic in it. So people will say, "Oh, Ronaldo," because they're all about efficiency. Some people might be Messi because they're about the touch, the vision. Because the vision of Messi.
I think you got the wrong way around. I think Messi's more efficient.
I think Ronaldo's more efficient. 100% Ronaldo is all about the finish. He's not even too concerned. When was the last time you see Ronaldo join up in the build-up play, drop 20 yards deep, get the ball, spray a pass, link up play, take on a man? But now Ronaldo is deadly in the box now. Ronaldo's one of the deadliest goal scorers of all time. He's a killer. But Messi, put him left wing, right wing, drop him midfield, whatever. He's a complete baller. So it depends what you like, innit? It depends 100% stylistically. I'm pretty certain a lot of Arsenal fans probably preferred Bergkamp over some strikers because that's the way they like football. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there you go. That's why,
bro. Banterex.
Huh? Yeah, that one, bro. I can't even see when it comes to Henry and Bergkamp. You just can't. You can't really.
So what Bergkamp for you?
I love Bergkamp.
But Prems, you see what I'm saying with this though? Look, that explains his Bobby love. Yeah. You get me?
That's why I compared them. That's why I compared them. I said,
you get me? That's
exactly. It makes sense what you're saying, Strict. It's not like it doesn't make sense, but
it depends what you like as a baller.
Players like can step into Firmino's role and do the same thing, bro. Trust me, for Liverpool because they got a sick team.
Shall I tell you who was one of my favorite Arsenal players? Pires, but he don't get talked about.
He don't get enough love.
Nah, he doesn't get enough money. No, bro, he's still around the club and stuff, man.
You're talking about IQ. You're talking about footballing IQ. Pires was the man of them all in terms of footballing IQ. Of them all. Because what? Was he fast? Was he strong?
Nope.
Was he built like an ox? Was he a powerful? No. But why was he so influential?
Efficient. Man was efficient with it. Like, his
footballing IQ was on another level.
Yeah, he changed when he came into Arsenal. It was different. Isn't it?
Do you know when we play football? You know when we all play football with our mates, right? Okay, let me talk from my experience. Maybe not, but you know when sometimes you see a guy who's not as lean as the others, and you think to yourself, "This guy, man, I'm gonna run rings around this. I got him on lock." Or
like how much influence?
Or how much influence is this guy? He's a bit chubby. He's a bit slow. But then when you play the game, that brother has the most touches on the pitch. And they may be just little touches. That's when you know that guy's got IQ, man. He knows where to be, when to be. Zidane is the ultimate example, innit? Like Zidane was the ultimate IQ don.
Shadows.
Zinedine Zidane, man.
Shadows.
Zinedine Zidane.
Shadows.
He ran every game he played. You try to get the ball off him and you think to yourself, this old-looking man, he's bald, he's slow. No, it's true though, isn't it? You think
it's true. But you know what, bro? Zidane, bro, what he done? The legacy he left. Came back to Real Madrid and won 3 Champions Leagues on the bounce. It's a madness. I can see United getting Zidane. I swear down. I can see Zidane going to United. Ollie can't last no more longer than that, bro. Trust me, 2-3 more losses. He's got to go. He's got to go, innit?
Nah, Zidane's mad to go there.
So what's your lineup against us? Like, what's your best team to go in? Obviously, I know you said you got injuries and that.
I think we're still gonna have a strong lineup. We've got injuries because of like certain squad players on the fringes, like mans like Curtis Jones and Naby Keita, Firmino.
Is Keita out?
Yeah, Firmino, Keita, Jones, definite, and Robertson definitely out.
Mane's back though.
Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. I mean, yeah, there you go. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You have got.
Yeah, you have got a chance.
You have got a chance because you know Naby Keita's been one of our best ballers this season.
Yeah, I mean, he stepped up.
Yeah, he stepped up. But again,
we should every chance. Like you got to think about it as well, Grizz. About 5-6 years ago, Liverpool was shit. You know what I mean? Like, big seriously, like, even through the time I was growing up, yeah, Liverpool were shit. Even when they had Fernando Torres and all that, they were shit. They were all like, they were shit. It's only now over the last 4 or 5 years they've come in and they've, what's his name? Klopp's put that structure in place. So even though these players are out that you're saying, I don't think it's going to be that easy that you might think that you might slip up the game, because players fit to a system. Look, we've got some dumb players, yeah. Like, we had Jota last season out jumping players in our back line, bro. Like, that's not on. That stuff like that can't be happening this season. And to be fair, the personnel has changed, so I'm confident with it. Tomiyasu, like Ben White, Gabriel, the big lads as well. So
should buys, and you've created a system where you literally play 3 centre backs. Really, Tomiyasu don't pass the halfway line much, but on the other side. On the other side, you got my favourite fullback. I'm not even gonna lie. I got killed by certain Liverpool fans when I said Tierney. You know how much I love Tierney.
Bro, you're talking about Tierney. You need to worry about Nuno Tavares.
But this is what I was about to come to say. And then but this is what I'll come to say. You got Nuno Tavares stepping up to the plate.
Yeah.
But I think he's in for a rude awakening, Nuno Tavares. Because he's up against Mohamed Salah on that right side.
Yo, he's quick, and, Nuno. Don't get it twisted.
I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that.
I'm here. You're here. We're all here. I think he's in for a rude shock, and you're gonna. I think you're gonna message me and say, yeah.
Because you know what? Sometimes you gotta test out your buy. You gotta know. And I think the Liverpool game is perfect to see what we've really bought. Do you understand? Because it's all good and well.
Fair point.
It's all good and well against Watford, and no disrespect, because we should be beating teams like Watford anyway. But because of our previous, couple years where we're just arsing about, but we should beat teams like Watford, beat teams like Villa, Tottenham, Derby at home, given. But I think against Liverpool, you need to see what you really bought. I think that's when the light is on. You need to see whether it's count. When you get a 50, when you get a pinky, yeah, and you hold it up to see if it's real. That is this game, bro. That is this game. We need to see Ben White.
There's no bigger test. Look, in my opinion, there's no bigger test going to a packed Anfield night game, stadium lights on, when we're hurting after a defeat and we want blood. So this is the test for Ben White, Gabriel, Tavares, Tomiyasu, even Ramsdale, who's been getting big ups. This is your test. Forget everything that you've been doing last 10 games. You're coming to the Lions' den. Yeah, you're coming to the Lions' den where we know we hurt you every time. This is your chance to say no more. We're a changed team. Even if you look, I don't want to sound condescending, but even if you lose, let's say 1-0 or 2-1, but you put up a show. Like you said earlier, when you concede first at Anfield, I mean, we know it's game over. It's about how many we're going to score. You know what I mean? But even if you hold that up or take the lead and then make it a game, I think it will show you lot getting better and better, in my opinion, anyway.
No, I hear that point validly.
And Premzi, what would you say then? Let me ask you this, Premzi. What would you say if we took the lead, like you said there, if we took the lead at Anfield? We went 1-0 up, maybe, I don't know. Perfect time would be, perfect time would be the 90th minute, to be fair.
Do you know what I mean?
but let's just say early on in the game, you went 1-0 up in the first quarter of the game. Like, how do you then play moving forward from then?
For me, I try to play possession football. So I won't just sit back, and soak shit up, because like we 1-0, for me, like, it's the mentality. This game is about mentality more than anything, Stricto, for me. Because I want, in the first 5 minutes, Ramsdale to come out for a corner, bam, lick Salah in the edge. You get me? I want that kind of game, because, like you said, we've got a different kind of setup now. And like I said, this is the real test. Get the pinky and have a look, bro. So our normal mentality would be go and get a goal, sit back and just hold on to that goal. Now, for me, like Grizz said, there's loads of Liverpool players out. They're a wounded animal. You get me? Why not just keep pushing? We can go and get a second goal. Why doubt ourselves? Smith Rowe, Saka, on fire. They played well again in England. Do you know what I mean? Lacazette is doing well. The back line's doing well. If Partey comes in, that is a massive bonus for us. If not, Ainsley got man of the match last game. You got to take your hat off to him. He's doing something right. So we have to have some faith in our players now. Like I said, I'm a big advocate of Arteta and where he can get to, but I'm supporting the team and where I can see the team is right now. So for me, Stricto, I wouldn't just sit back. I'll keep the ball. I'll keep trying to push forward and get that second goal. Once I get that second goal, I wouldn't mind taking an attacker off, bringing another midfielder on, shoring it up a little bit, or maybe bringing Kieran Tierney on as well, shoring it up a little bit at 2-0, because then that shows you can manage the game well. But at 1-0, it's very risky because Liverpool will come back, they'll end up scoring a goal, and then they'll just end up getting peppered. So for me, we can't just score and just relax, you know what I mean, or just sit on the edge of our box, because past experience.
I mean, Liverpool. I don't even think Liverpool even give you the option. I mean, the moment they pick the ball out of the net, they're coming at you. Do you know what I'm saying? But you know how do you? Well, the thing with Liverpool, you know, they're almost like, you know, it's almost like a mosquito. It's like going to Anfield without a mosquito net, bro. You know you're gonna get stung one way or the other. Do you know what I'm saying? But the mosquito net kind of stops, not stops it, but reduces the amount of mosquitoes that's gonna sting you. You know, if you go 1-0 up at Anfield, if you go 1-0 up at Anfield, like, you cannot just sit, because I think that plays into their hand. Do you know what I'm saying? That plays into their hand. But also you gotta be clever as well. You know, you can't just be like, well, we'll goal up, you know, let's just go on and try to get a second goal. I think it's got, you know, the game of football is about moments. Do you know what I'm saying? And in certain moments, you gotta know when to take your chance. In those, you know, in those moments, you gotta know when to play in those moments. You can't just score and then just sit back. That to me, that's
exactly what I'm saying. If we did score, keep some possession and be wise with that possession. Because if we get to the byline, we get a corner. Yeah, I know it might sound daft, but like, we've got the best record from set pieces this season.
It's something you're going to look to.
It makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Gabriel up against Van Dijk. Get me a good little battle. Gives other players some freedom. Van Dijk can't mark everybody. Do you know what I mean?
That means, you know, it's a bit,
Tommy Asu, big players now.
It's crazy sometimes how football works here. Like, you see them defending, for example, you see us defending a corner, and you won't see Gabriel. It's not usually a like for like. Gabriel's like 6'4", 6'5", but you'll never see him like for like with Van Dijk. Do you know what I'm saying?
They'll be on him. They'll be on him, Joe Stricto, because they know what he's about, man. Trust me, they'll be on him. Just telling you, powerhouse.
It's gonna be interesting, though. It's gonna be interesting on the list, man.
But yeah, boys, gonna wrap it up here now, boys. I appreciate you coming on. People who's watching now and will watch later, subscribe to Stricto's channels. Just set up his YouTube as well. Subscribe to Grizz.
Yes.
I think we're going to be going into Grizz's channel shortly now to go through some starting 11s with Liverpool and Arsenal. So, guys, big up, man. Thank you very much for coming on. Appreciate it. And we'll link up soon again, man. It's been a good one. Peace out.
Bless, bro. Bless.